Hi everyone. If you remember, we planted a weeping cherry tree for my grandma last week. Today, I'm going to lay down weed barrier and mulch around it. Join me. Liquid Amber Girl, Gardening. In case you didn't see the first video in which we planted this tree, I want to quickly explain the large mulching area under it. We cleared out this area to be mulched in order to protect this tree's delicate branches from lawnmowers. Normally, I only create an area the size of the planting hole to be mulched, but weeping trees have different needs than upright growing trees. I'll only need a few things to get started. Weed barrier is the first. You can use any kind you like, store-bought, landscapers quality fabric, newspapers, whatever suits you the best. Also, good sharp scissors will make this job much easier. Next, I will be using 2 bundles of landscaping fabric pins. These are not an absolute necessity, but they sure make your job easier, and they also keep your fabric in place so that it is more effective in the long run. These are not hard to come by. You can get them at almost any gardening center. The last thing I'll need is mulch. There are so many different kinds and colors, it's like the choices are endless, so just choose whatever works best for you. Okay, we're all ready to start. Lay out your weed barrier. You can start at any side or place you want to. I'm going to start at the center, and that will make it easier for me to cut out the place for the trunk of the tree. I'll just stop when I reach the trunk of the tree and place 2 landscaping pins at the end of my fabric. At this point, I'm not pushing my landscaping fabric pins all the way down into the ground because I may need to move them around or add extra layers of fabric later. I'm going to cut the fabric about 3 inches past the tree's trunk and then fold it back into a V shape. After I made my cut in the landscape fabric, I'll just continue stretching it across to the opposite edge. I'm using landscaping pins to pin down the fabric at the edges. Then I'll use my scissors to trim the fabric around in the shape of my mulching ring. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect, just pretty much covering the area where you don't want weeds coming up through your mulch. The hardest part is over. We've done the first layer. Now just repeat the same process, making sure that your weed barrier overlaps itself by a few inches. Instead of using multiple landscaping pins, you can pull out the original one that we didn't press down all the way into the ground and then punch it through both layers of the landscaping fabric, holding those edges together. So this is my halfway point. I've used landscape pins all the way around. Just space them out wherever you feel like it needs to be tacked down, and of course on the ends. Repeat the same exact process on the other side of the tree. Remember to overlap your landscaping fabric 2 or 3 inches just to make sure that it stays secure and in place. Now it's all ready for mulch. I just bring one bag over at a time. I slice it long ways with the scissors, and it makes it easy to dump all of the mulch out, and then I can redistribute it by hand. It's considered good practice to keep your mulch several inches away from the trunk of the tree. This is just to discourage any insect infestation or disease. I leave about 4 inches away from the tree all the way around. Now just add 1 bag of mulch at a time until you have the entire mulching area covered at an even thickness. I made my depth about 3 inches, so 3 inches deep of mulch. Don't go any deeper than that because your mulch then won't be helping your plant. It will probably be harming it. And now my grandma's tree is all done. I hope this video was helpful to you. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Liquid Amber Girl, Gardening.